I am Sultan, Trismegistus, Aga Khan, O'Malley Asotis, Elder of Clan Asotis. I am Elder and Founder of the Philosophical Order Banu Aga Khan, and Elder and Founder of the Machiavellian Order of Therian Entropy. Is an individual that not only identifies, but identifies with personally and actually feels as though they have a beast within inside them and an animal, some type of animal, as a not only a higher self or maybe like a deity or a guide or a more powerful embodiment of themselves, but literally as a predatory and animalistic identity that they feel like they may be able to tap into, that's a part of them and has been with them their whole entire life. I actually identify with Panther Jaguar ever since I was born, and ever since I was able to comprehend and understand that I was born under the constellation of Leo. And ever since I was able to read what the attributes of the Leo is under that the attributes of someone's nature under that sign Leo, I have always felt akin to it. Like I literally, ever since I was a kid, have felt affinity to with being a Leo, down to most of the things that they would say about somebody born under that astrological sign. And with that, it was more than just feeling like everything that goes with that Leo, which I do feel like I embody. Like when I hear people talking about somebody born under that sun sign of Leo, every time they peg me. But with that, I've always felt akinity to the felidae, the lion, the cat, the allianthropic, which means cat. I have always felt feline, felidae, meaning to the point of a lion, royal, an apex predator, strategic, a leader, a hunter, all things that go with a cat, the king of the jungle, a predator, the Jaguar Panther archetype. Later on in my life, I was introduced to the Vampyre Community, and I started learning about people who identify with not only Therians, meaning some type of animal, feel like they have an animal, like they are an animal, or they can shapeshift or turn into animals, or they have an animal identification within them. But I started learning about other kins and vampires. This was my introduction to this in the Vampyre Community, which when I was introduced to this, I started going down the analogy or the analyzation of, the thoughts, like looking at, studying and learning about all this as I was introduced to the community. Am I a vampire, or am I another kin? Like a demon kin, a fae, an angel? And I started realizing, and all of those thoughts started coming back to me as when I was younger, of how I always felt for myself that I aligned with the feline, with the cat, with the panther, with the lion. And it also started bringing back thoughts of when, in times in my past and when I was younger, and I needed to be bold or courageous, or tap into something of a higher self to help myself personally empower myself to get through that challenge or that situation or something that I may be going through. And I started realizing that I tapped into the Leo. I tapped into the feline. I tapped into the Panther Jaguar, the allianthrope. And that beast that was always in the back of my mind, or what I always viewed as a higher, more regal, powerful, godlike self, king of me, I was able to tap into that and overcome a lot of challenges, merging with that higher self, or that animal, that beast with the predatory nature. I feel the archetype, or my higher self, or that person, that deity, or that thing that I tap into, that animal, that beast within, is the melanated Black Panther, the melanated Panther Jaguar. And again, I know we got the Black Panther movement. that wasn't the thing that was in my mind or my thoughts. And then the Black Panther organization, Black Panther movie, Wakanda, which were cool. That even helped even more. I was like, oh, so it's not just me alone that tied in, tied to that. This is a thing without the culture. But I saw myself as this jaguar sitting in a tree, all black, and then you can only see the eyes, nocturnal, hunting at night, and being an apex predator and powerful, and having the sight to see all around at night, like a superpower, just with fangs and claws, and just the stealth and the regal thoughts of everything that Panthera onca species embodies. I saw that in myself. I see myself in my subliminal mind as that, and literally that's what. So it's like it already existed in my aura, or in my mind, the energy that I view myself as a king, or as a ruler, as a higher being, that animal I become, or I'm able to tap into, or it came to me. So that's specifically why the Panther Jaguar itself. As I became into the vampire community, and I start to study this archetype a lot more, and got introduced to it on a different level, and had an awakening, and realized that this is not only that I had always had these feelings and these thoughts, and have used and merged with this deity, or this thing has came to help me to be a powerful version of myself, and a leader, and think like a leader, and move like a leader, and hunt and go after things. Meaning, when I say hunt, I'm talking about going after things that'll make you successful in a hunting way, in a predatory way, in a stealthy way, strategy way. So in the studies, I start to realize that this is nothing new. The path that I went down, and the way that I started realizing this stuff, was very shamanic. And then I started learning about all over Earth, the planet Earth, from time immemorial, the indigenous cultures of Earth on every part of the Earth has had a shaman tradition and a totem tradition that they use, where they would do this in a religious ritual settings for their tribes or their culture or their society, where they would have different priests or shamans or mages that would be able to not only tap into different totems that are animals that are on totems, but doing certain shamanic practices to tap into those animal spirits. And you can even see this in the architecture that that cultures like the ancient Egyptians, most of their deities, they depict the deity with an animal head and a human body, and these were their gods. I mean, not only just the ancient Egyptians, the Mesopotamians, to the Chinese, to, I mean, all cultures, India, South America, all cultures, on down to the indigenous Indians of America, of the Americas. I mean, you name them. And they have statues. Their gods have been what we would call Therian entropy, half man, half animal deities, and that's what made them more like gods. So then I started realizing that the same journey or the same thoughts that I had wasn't unique. It's something that not only has been going on for time immemorial, it's something that is still prevalent within indigenous cultures to this day. And it was something that I probably, like I said, is in my DNA. And it was going to awaken and become a part of me the minute I started learning about it, or having to use it and tap into it to not only express myself, but as I started learning about and evolving my own spirituality. So I'm gonna come from a vampire community, basically perception or aspect. And I'm aware, first I want to say that I'm aware that there is a Therian community. I don't know too much about it. I came into this knowledge from the vampire community. I'm also aware that there's an otherkin community, as well as a theory community. So I'm sure they all interlap and interplay with each other. But from the vampire community's aspect, it's and again, like I said, I'm sure that they all interlap. Again, I will have, that's more, they have kitsune, which is a mythological creature within the Chinese and Oriental Asian cultures, also in this community, and that's fox. Again, they have the other kins, which is demon kind, incubus and succubus, fairy, aliens. So I would say people who identify with different spiritual things that are mythological or folklorish in nature or not of Earth. They're more like angelic or off of Earth type of thing. So I would say that if they're an animal or something that is related to Earth, something that is on Earth, that is Therian. They will fall under the category of Therian entropy. But if they're like a dragon or like a demon or an angel or a different type of fairy or siren or succubus type of being that somebody identifies with, that's more of otherkin. Now, I'll say, again, my tenure within the vampire community hasn't really been that long. It's not as long as some. Some have been around. Some have been in the vampire community a long time, and they have seen different epochs, and I say ages, if you really want to call them that, within the vampire communities, or different eras, I would say, different eras. Like with all things where there are people involved, there's going to be differences of opinion. And sometimes you'll have certain individuals that are open-minded to other people's opinions, and then sometimes you'll have people that are traditionalists, hardcore traditionalists, or orthodox traditionalists, and they don't agree, or they're strong into debate their opinion. So yes, there has been times where you have had people of the Therian mindset, or who claim Therians, have had arguments and stuff, or a bat. The witch can do the same. Like it's lore, it's in the folklore that a lot of these things merge, and some of these creatures and archetypes are able to merge all of it together: the magic, the shape-shifting, as well as the vampiric. So yeah, I would say that for the most part, in certain sections or certain areas, you would have people, they would have wars or arguments or battles, and then for some of the most parts, they get together and they're not only creating organizations and continuing to teach each other and educate, they're merging everything all together. An evolution, or a way to evolve, in my opinion, is going beyond your normal perception and your closed-mindedness, your narrow-mindedness. Not only to learn different aspects of your own self, you know, things that you may have viewed as traumatic or just whatever, exploration of yourself on different sides, of darker sides, of more predatory sides, more primal. I would say that coming into this knowledge is like all knowledge, like certain great knowledges of like science, philosophy, evolution, anything. It's going to broaden your mind. It's going to give you a panoramic view, not only for yourself, but for how you view others, how you view the society, how you view everything. And then it'll start to change you. It change your opinions, not only about yourself and your life and your existence, but about this altogether. I feel it gives you a greater insight. So actually you are merging with that archetype that is a god, that is a higher self, a higher being, whatever you want to call it. And you're merging your lower self with this higher self, and it is making you and this existence greater. Now I'm going to say, I know in the Therian community, physical shape-shifting is not possible, okay? So yeah, I got that, guys. Or, again, I've heard some people say that you can do it in different ways. Like they have a thing called the M shift. You can mentally shift. Then they have the phantom shift, which is very interesting concept, because it's talking about like an amputee who maybe have lost a leg or an arm, how they can still feel the pain of that arm, lost arm or a lost leg. So basically they're saying that like whether in a past life or in this life, as you could say, you're merging with this animal archetype. Could be another part of you in another dimension or in a past life or whatever, but you'll feel your tail or of your certain claws or certain animal parts and animal ways of thinking and seeing and being. You can feel it. You could actually feel it. So like a phantom shift. You can feel the pain of it. You can feel it being a part of you in different ways. You shift in a phantom way. And then they have the P shift, which is a physical shift, which some people say can be more aura or energetically or chi. Like you can have the chi of a dragon, or you can have the chi of a snake, or the chi or the auric field of a wolf or a fox, and you can shape shift in that way. It's like more of a physical shift, but the jury's out on that. There's a lot of debate on that, but there's many different ways where you can shift. And again, your own personal experience is valid. Nobody can deny what you experience, and it's going to be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like we could only listen to each other's story and their experiences that somebody tells you. I like to aesthetically shift, like meaning wearing certain things that remind me of the panther, of the jaguar, from fangs to contacts to claws to certain regal. And like I said, it's probably in my DNA. You know, that's why when I put these things on and I can look at myself in the mirror, I feel like I'm shifting or I'm becoming more powerful. I'm merging with that Therian animal, the part of me, the beast that is within. We are now merging. We are actually bringing it aesthetically out in life, and then I could actually become that in this embodiment, more powerful, showing the world not only artistically, aesthetically, but physically what is in the inside is actually coming out. I'm showing you it. So again, there online, it's been very prevalent online since 1992. The Therian community itself, I read, has been going on online with social media and different online assets. Google, you could go down to just the social media stratosphere itself. You can find all types of information, scholarly articles to books, everything on theory and entropy and all facets of it. You can also come into the Vampyre community and the other kin community. All the communities, they're online, they're greatly accessible with the modern day, with technology. There's groups, there's covens, there's organizations, courts, all different types of ways, avenues, for somebody who feels, again, you feel that you're other and you want to explore it and learn about it. And again, I'm going to say, in my opinion, don't just jump on the first thing. Like, if you're trying to, it is a analyzation of what you are, of what you may have been experiencing, of what you need to tap into to open up your mind, to open up different parts of yourself, to make you more powerful. So do your research. Like, go into the different groups, go learn, read. Don't just unless you know without a shadow of a doubt, and you feel it and you just want to go start expressing it and doing it in a aesthetically way or religious way or just acting it out, period. Dare do that. But other than that, I would say for beginners, learn about your awakening. Like, slow down, experience your awakening. Be sure Now, it's fine. You may pick something or pick an archetype, and then you may feel like you need a hybrid or you need to change it. But that's fine, and then nothing's wrong with that. But I realize if you don't, whatever it may be, whether it's a name, a sobriquet, to something that you're going to claim, that is you. I think you want to take your time. I'm going to end this with, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and eternal blessings.